Good morning, good afternoon and good evening wherever you are on this big wide world in lockdown. My name's Jade and this is How to App on iOS, and it's Wednesday morning here at 8 a.m. What an ungodly hour. Welcome to the show. G'day Scott, good to see you here in the chat. You're the early bird, you catch the worm. Congratulations. Tom, how are you? Good to see you. Okie dokie, let's start off with some stuff, some housekeeping and all that kind of jazz. So, I'll just let you know, I got a notification last week that my Positive Grid Spark amplifier that I ordered back in March has arrived in Australia and it's due out for delivery. That was a week ago. Still hasn't come. I'm really hoping that it does come by the end of this week. I'm expecting it to be here by Friday. So that's going to be super exciting. I've also just purchased a brand new amp as well for my acoustic guitar. I purchased a Joyo 60 watt acoustic combo amp for vocals with a battery and a looping system effects, and it came with a free Joyo pedal board. So that's due here on Monday as well, on Friday as well, sorry. So both things I'm probably going to be looking at next week, which is really cool. New gear, exciting stuff. What are we looking at today? Well, before we do that, this is something that I'm going to make sure I do every morning now, and that is, well, at least if there's an update. G'day, Benedict Stewart. I can see you in the chat too. Welcome along. So let's have a look at my iPad a little bit closely here, and let's have a look at App Sliced, which lets you know all the latest apps that are dropped in price or new. As you can see, the reason I'm bringing this up here is today it looks like all of the entire Fab Filter range of effects have come down in price by half. Well, not half. What am I saying, half? So about $10 off. That's pretty good. Like in Australia, these things go for around $60. I currently have, out of these, Fab Filter Pro Q3. The reason I don't have more of them is, A, they're all expensive and who can afford every app? But B, I actually own most of them in Audio Pro, because when you own Audio Pro as a DAW, there's an option within Audio Pro to add these plugins and get them at a slightly cheaper price through Audio Pro. It means you can only use them in Audio Pro, where these ones here standalone apps that can be used within, GarageBand or Cubase or whatever you like. So I just thought I would put it out there that these apps have dropped in price because they are made by Fab Filter and they are absolutely incredible. They are the industry standard. So if you do have the money to splash around, I'd recommend them. I'm definitely going to be looking at Pro Q3 very soon. So my plan is, just speaking of EQ apps, I'm going to be looking at 3 different EQ apps. So a free one, a mid-range one, and then Pro Q3. Probably going to do that all in one show. Not exactly sure when, but that's coming up, so you know that as well. 6 String Gunner, g'day in the chat. And Paul, how are you? Good to see you too. So let's have a look at what we're looking at today, and that is AudioStretch. So I'll look for it in here first. AudioStretch. Let's do a search for it just so I can give you the US price. So there is a free version of it, which doesn't unlock all of the features, but it lets you play around with it. And then there's the paid version, which is $10. So that's the US price. So Australia, that's $14.99 AUD. And yeah, Paul, I saw in your comment on one of my videos that you purchased that. Pretty damn good that they've dropped in price. I wonder if the bundles dropped. I should have a look at that. Let's have a quick look at that. So here's AudioStretch. This is on the App Store, so you're aware of what it does. So as we can see here in its description, it can change tempo and change key of songs. So that's pretty much what it does. It's a standalone app, so you have to export tracks out of your DAW into this, weave its magic, and then import back into your DAW. That's the way it works. It would be amazing if we could get something like that you could use an AUV3 in GarageBand. That would be really, really cool. Let's hope it's around the corner. It's something that you can do in Audio Pro. It's one of the main reasons that I do that. Let's have a look at Fab Filter. So that's the UK price for the bundle. Yeah, all right. So £89. What are we looking for? Fab Filter. Great spelling there. On fire this morning. So let's have a look at how much the bundle is here. Holy shit, $139 AUD. So, but I mean, compared to buying it on desktop, man, that is fucking cheap. You're buying these things on desktop, man. These things are super pricey. So as you can see on here, I only have one of them. So even with the discount, you're looking $46 for me, $34. But, you know, amazing apps. So anyway, let's get down to this today, what we're looking at. After I have my tea. Oh, yes. While I'm getting this ready, I've been up really early today looking at guitars as well. I'm thinking of getting a Yamaha acoustic guitar, but unfortunately the one that I want, it's out of stock all over Australia because of COVID-19. I'm assuming that is the reason, but I think I found one brand new and they let me price match, so I'm going to see if they get back to me today and price match. But anyway, that's just stuff you don't really need to know about. Right, so let's open this project in GarageBand today. Now, the project I have here, this is a piano track I started working on for a Ben Folds song. It's a different Ben Folds song than yesterday, so it's a song called Evaporated. I'm going to do this a few different ways. So first I'm just going to sing along to it in my normal voice, and then I'm going to change the key of the song in the piano track, and then I'm going to try and, you'll see what I'm going to do. All right, let's give it a go. So let me put on my microphone here. Hello, where are we? Turn down this one. Hello, hello, hello. There we go. So now I'm using my, and the volume's probably dropped a fair bit, so let me pump that up a little bit. So now I'm using my Shure SM58 for this. And here's the track. Okay, so it's a song called Evaporated. And what I'm going to do, I'll just let you know first before I do get into this. Now, I'm doing this on vocals. Remember, you can do this with any instrument. And vocals, you're not always going to get the absolute desired effect. Why I chose to do it with vocals, let me just do this. Why I chose to do it with vocals is because it's probably the one instrument that you're not always going to get the most desired effect. All right, so obviously with instruments you can get a better effect than a vocal, because a vocal, you know, time stretching the vocal and stuff, it's you're pushing the limit of the vocal. All right, and you know, it depends on the vocal take and all that stuff. So I'm trying to get the worst possible scenario just to show you the power of this app. Okay, so let's go back here. What I'm going to do is bring these lyrics in, because I really haven't sung this song probably before, so I'll probably stuff it up big time. Bear with me. And I'm just going to sing along probably up to the first chorus, just these words here, and then we're going to play with it a little bit. I'm going to sing it in its actual key, and then I'm going to bring it down a semitone and then shift the vocal into the app, bring it down a semitone and bring it back first. So that's the first test that I'm going to do with this app. Okay, so let's give this a go. Just put these vocals back up and let's record. What I've kept with me, and what I've thrown away, and where the hell have I ended up on this glory random day, where the things I really cared about just left along the way for being too pent up and proud. Woke up way too late, feeling hungover and old, and the sun was shining bright as I walked barefoot down the road. Started thinking about my old man. Seems that all men wanna get into a car and go anywhere. Here I stand, sad and free. I can't cry, I can't see what I've done. Oh God, what have I done? All right, so that was pretty piss poor, but that happens. So for a first take. So what I'm going to do now is take this piano track and we're going to go to the track settings and transpose it. Let's take it down one semitone. Oh, yep, let's take it down one semitone. Sorry, what am I doing? Let's leave it like that for now. What I'm going to do is solo this vocal track, get out of GarageBand, and get rid of these vocals for now. We'll select that track. We'll go to share, and I'm going to share this as an uncompressed wave. So, because we want obviously the best quality. Exporting the song. That's close. All right, so we will save that to audio share, and there it is, evaporated to WAV, and GarageBand's done its magic stuff. And we are going to now open this app, this AudioStretch, and we're going to browse. And there it is there. So I'm going to open that up. So there is the file. Oh. Wow. Just incanting Satan backwards there. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to bring this down. So, sorry, I've been playing with this. So as you can see down the bottom here, you've got your pitch settings and you've got your speed settings down here. So I want to bring this down one semitone. So I'm going to hover my cursor over there and just hit it down once. So when I start playing it, what I've kept with me and what I've thrown away, and where the hell have I ended up on this glory random day, where the things I really cared about just left along the way for being too pet. Okay, so we're down one semitone. And I'm going to move this cursor up here to the ellipsis up the top there, and just click it, and bang, it automatically saves it. Bang, like that. So I want to browse, and I want to save it in my GarageBand folder transfer, so it's already there. Cool. Now we can get out of that, and we want to go back to GarageBand. Go back into this file, in this, we want to mute the original guitar track, get in the keyboard, and we want to go to track settings and transpose this down one semitone. Now I haven't changed the speed or anything like that, remember. So now we're just going to bring in, what's that called? There it is there. So you can tell the one, it's actually, if you look at the file here, I'll hover my mouse over it, you can see they've actually renamed it with the semitone down. So you can actually, it's really good how it automatically does that. Now, if everything just works, and I haven't checked this out, we're just going to give it a go, and fingers crossed, it should be in key. So let's start it a little bit before the vocal. What I've kept with me, what I've thrown away, and where the hell have I ended up on this glory random day, where the things I really cared about just left along the way. Perfect. You know, and just remember, as I said earlier, we're doing this with vocals, so you're not going to always get the perfect thing. But hey, for backups and things like that, if there are multiple uses you can do. You could create a third or a fifth, a higher, lower, third, fifth, or seventh. And, you know, just if you don't want to use an app that does that, you could pull that right back in the mix. So just say, and there are lots of examples where, and, you know, thinking about other instruments as well, where you've recorded you've put together a whole song in GarageBand. It's all in a key, the wrong key. And you've started recording guitars, you can use this to possibly escape. Can't guarantee it, but it's pretty damn good for that. So let's try something else. And this could go completely tits up, but we're going to give it a go anyway. So I'm going to remove this track, delete the original vocal track, and come back here. Now what I want to do is go into this piano track, and let's change the semitones. We'll actually leave it at 1. And what I will do is sing along to it now at a semitone lower. But what I'm also going to do is go into the actual song settings, and I'm going to change the tempo of the song because it's currently at 78. And I'm going to put it up to, let's put it up to 84. All right, so this is going to start bending your mind. I'm speeding up the track, and I've lowered it by 1 semitone. So what I'm going to have to do when I take this vocal track into AudioStretch is then I'm going to want to bring it back up to normal tempo. That's my goal. So I want to bring it back up to 0 instead of -1 semitones. And I'm going to have to try and bring the speed back. And I'm going to try and bring the speed back to its normal speed. Okie dokie. Let's give this a go. Let's listen to it first so I get an idea of what I'm trying to sing. Wow. Woke up this morning. Cool. All right, so let me change mics here. I love this experimental crap. There we are. So bear with me. let's hope this works and I don't look like a dick. I look like a dick anyway, whatever. It's all part of the fun, you know. That's the motto of this show. I haven't actually said it for a while. Make as many mistakes as you can, because the more mistakes that you make, the more that you learn, and the more you won't make those mistakes in the future. So I got no problem making a total ass of myself if this stuff's up, because I can always go back and try it again and try it again. But I think this will possibly work. All right, so let me bring my lyrics back. Now, if you don't know how to do this, which I've shown in another show, if you see how I've got my lyrics to the side here, you can actually bring up your toolbar. Let's just show how to do it, because people might not have seen the show before. So we'll just close GarageBand for a second. Now I'm going to open my Notes app. So there are the lyrics there. Now I'm going to close the Notes app, open up GarageBand, and if I slide up from the bottom, you'll see my notes now are in this little toolbar there of recently opened apps. If I just hold on it and drag it up and let go, now you've got vocals that float anywhere above your door so you can sing. So you don't have to have another device or a phone or write it down on a piece of paper. It's right there in front of you. And you can move it around wherever you want on the screen. You know? Anyway, just another handy little tip there. So let's try and give this a go. See if I can sing to this 1 semitone lower at a higher speed. And let's give it a go, yeah? what I've kept with me and what I've thrown away. And where the hell have I ended up on this glory random day, where the things I really cared about just left along the way for being too pen up and proud. Woke up way too late feeling hungover and old, and the sun was shining bright as I walked barefoot down the road. Started thinking about my old man. Seems that old men wanna get into a car and go. Anyway, here I stand, sad and free. I can cry, I can see what I've done. Oh God, what have I done? Cool. Let me bring back my other mic. Okay, so here's another way you can use this before I jump into the app. If you're having trouble singing a song, you're having trouble hitting those notes, you can actually lower it by a semitone and sing to it and then change it in an app like this. Now, I remember when I was really young, one of the first bands I was in was this band called Despised. Hang on, and why don't I just show this to you? Well, because I can. I'm going to open up my music app and do a search for this old band of mine, Despised. It was my first band. There we are. There's the album. So on this album, we'd been in the studio for about, 2 weeks? And this album cost quite a few $1,000s to make. And because I was doing all the vocals towards the last 3 days of the recording, I'd come down with the flu on the last 2 days, and I was really straining my voice for some of the high notes in one of the songs. And the song was called Follow Me. And, you know, and remember, this is a long time ago. This album was done 1994. So we were recording to tape. There was no digital, making mistakes was not a good option back then. You were paying for the time and it was all going to tape. But the engineer said to me, just go into the vocal booth and I'm going to slow down the entire song. So I sung the entire, this part of this song with him slowing the tape down slowly. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. Like, what was this going to do? I'm going to show you the actual song and the part. Let's see. Okay, so the line is, I'll take you to the promised land. And it's the word land that he actually slowed down the tape. And then when we went back in, I came out the vocal booth, he sped up that line. And now that I point it out to you, you'll hear it. But nobody else has ever picked up on this. So I think we're right at the part of the line. So when I sung that part, I actually had to go, I'll take you to the promised land, and actually sing it in a semitone lower. And that's virtually what we're doing here, just digitally. So let's now, I need to go back to GarageBand. Sorry for going off on a tangent, and if that bored you, but there's an explanation for what we're doing here. Now I've soloed that vocal track. I'm going to select it now, and we're going to share this. Save it as an uncompressed wave. Open in. Let it do its magic. And I will suck on my amazing lemon custard vape, which is absolutely delicious, let me tell you that. We're going to open that in AudioShare. So there's that file. Now let's open it up in AudioStretch. And where are you? There it is there. So what did I want to do? I got to remember now. Got to remember now.
What I've kept with me.
So we want to bring it up. It was one semitone, wasn't it? Yeah.
What I've kept with me.
And the speed that we increased the speed by 6 BPM. So what I'm going to do is I'll go over to the speed here. Let me just bring this back down to 1. Now you can hit the plus or the minus on this, okay, to increase, but it increases by 5 each time. So I want to actually decrease it by 7, okay, because I went up by 6 and we're at 1. Let's hope my maths is right here. So I'm going to pull this down. Where are we? Get back to... We've gone too far. God damn it. There we are. So we want to go... Oh man, why do you go so fast? So we want to go 7, 90, what's that, 93. Man, why is that moving so fast? 93. There we go. Let's see if I'm right. So now I'm going to hit the ellipsis up the top here. And that will... Yep, we're bringing it down and we're putting it up 1 semitone. That's right. Just make sure. Yep, so up 1. Cool. Fingers crossed. I kind of hope it fails. The thing that's going to probably be the issue is keep getting it in time. So we want to save it there. And now back into GarageBand. Open this up again. We'll mute this vocal track. And now we're going to bring in, here it is. So you can see again, it's actually named the file, telling you how much it's lowered it, the speed, and how much it's increased the, so 1 semitone. Now we're going to go back up to the piano track, change the semitone up to 0. Then we want to go into the song settings and take the tempo back down to 78, which is what it originally was. Now, is it fitting? It looks like it looks like I've screwed it. See, I could maybe had to do it 6. Let's see. Let's see.
What I've kept with me and what I've thrown away. And where the hell have I ended up on this glory random day?
Wow.
Where the things I really cared about just left along the way for being too pen up and proud.
It's in time. It's in the right key.
Woke up way too late feeling hungover and old. And the sun was shining bright as I walked barefoot down the road. Started thinking about my old man. Seems that old men wanna get into a car and go. Anyway, here I stand, sad and free. I can cry, I can see what I've done. Oh no, what have I done?
Well, what the fuck do you know? That actually worked. So there you go. That's AudioStretch. So, I mean, take vocals, instruments, guitars, basses, anything you want, you can do with this. And you can see that's the first time I've really given that a go, and it actually works. So that's pretty cool. I hope this has been entertaining for you all. As you can see, I'm actually shocked that it worked. I'm quite happy I paid the $15 for it. I'm sure I'm going to get, it's not going to be something that I can use for everything, but I'll tell you what's going to be really cool for it. It's for when you do make mistakes and you may have taken a really good take that you want to save, or like I've shown you with that old song of mine where I actually couldn't sing on that day, so just for one particular vocal note you might be struggling with, just that one note like I did back then in the day, you can actually pull off that note. You can lower it a couple of semitones and sing it a bit lower, and it'll work. So there we go. All good in the hood. So that's about it for today. Haven't really decided what I'm doing tomorrow, so it'll be a surprise. As usual, if you would like to, please like and share or comment. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I'll always respond. Subscribe as well. You can join me on Facebook. You can join me on my website at jadestarr.com.au. Yeah, there's definitely a light version, Paul, so check it out. Have a play with it. It's fun to play with. And that will be me for the day. Look, I hope you all have a really good day. I've got some cleaning to do today, some grocery shopping with my mask on, and to decide if I'm going to buy a new guitar. So until tomorrow, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Stay gangster, stay creating, keep making mistakes because they make you better. And have a great day, everybody. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.